Last hearing on the chairman, I to Ladakh chapter. Kahamza. Shri P.T. Kunzam. Shri Rajat Sane. Shri Sanjay Razdan. Mr. Vinayak Kool.
I will be first. I am the host.
The next President, Hotel Association. Shri Vinayak Kool, Honorary Secretary. And lastly, our President, Al Ladakh Tour Hotels Association, Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So I'm from Kargil. I have a few issues in Kargil. Everybody talked about registration issue and all that. We have been facing permit issues. For example, Department of Tourism is issuing a permit. In Leh, we have got a different system. You go with identity card or passport, you will get the permission. If you go to Kargil, recently I had a terrible, experience. They are asking to have a passport plus insurance plus lot of other documentation to get a permission to do the trip around Kargil areas. Apart from that, we are doing some kind of raftings and all that. We have a lot of activities we have started earlier. I think it is 5 years back we start rafting in Grass River, and we had again issues with Army. We approached Department of Tourism to resolve this issue, but
challenges, and I think we should be. And there's a big problem with us now. अब पेंगोंग में 400-500 गाड़ियां दिन की जाते हैं, 400 to 500 vehicles per day. पानी का वैसे भी शॉर्टेज है लेके अंदर. Itineraries हमारा जो प्रोजेक्ट है, और the product is same. Vinayak ji very correctly said. Shanti Stupa, Magnetic, Gurdwara, Sangam, Pangong, Nobra, Khatam. 6 nights, 7 days, the standard itinerary. All of us are selling that. We are not trying to focus our thoughts on Sham Valley. Zanskar is opening up now. NPT road will be, I think, smoother in next 1 or 2 years. Next year, perhaps from Linchet we can go to Zanskar. Zanskar is opening up. So many new safari routes have opened up now. Shaw is becoming better. So we need to innovate our products. हमें अपने products को बदलना पड़ेगा. वही हम Pangong number sell करते हैं, domestic आएगा, फिर नहीं आएगा. Friends, I was talking to my operators in Gujarat. I was talking to my operators in Maharashtra. The interest in going to Ladakh has really come down a bit. A sort of saturation has come in the minds of the domestic market. और पहले था ना वो Ladakh वो कम हो गया पहले से. So we need to innovate on our product. We need to sell new products, rural tourism, and so many things. So all of you know.
जो फॉरेन टूरिस्ट है वो अभी तक मेरे ख्याल से पूरी तरह रिवाइवल नहीं हुआ. तो जो घोड़े वाले थे, अगर वो घोड़ों को अभी तक 4-5 साल पाल के रखते तो घोड़ा क्या बोलते हैं, इंसान घोड़ा घास से दोस्ती कर लेगा तो खाएगा क्या. तो इसीलिए मेरे ख्याल से घोड़े की कमी इसलिए हुई है क्योंकि बहुत सारे घोड़े वालों ने घोड़ा बेच के, कोई किसी ने बोलेरो खरीद लिया, किसी ने टाटा पिकअप खरीद लिया, किसी ने कोई सेकंड हैंड गाड़ी खरीद लिया, या किसी ने छोटा मोटा बिजनेस किया है. अब इस साल फॉरेन टूरिस्ट काफी बढ़ा है, तो मेरे ख्याल से आप लोग दोबारा उसी प्रोफेशन के लिए, उसी प्रोफेशन में दोबारा जाएंगे.
When we talk about the STPs, I think we already have a scheme in which we are giving a subsidy of around 5 lakhs to all the hotels which are falling in the bracket of 10 to 19 rooms. Then I think Mr. Algar came to me regarding subsidy for solar installation in hotels. That is already making, I think by next week, with the approval of Honorable LG, would place that in public domain as well. When I go around Ladakh, a lot of time people raise issues about amenities, wayside amenities. I would like to inform you that we are already in a very advanced stage of signing an MOU with Sulabh International. A lot of our amenities which are not up to the mark. I think we are going to take them up with Sulabh. The issue was just about additional bays at Leh Airport. So although that domain is of civil aviation, but I would like to inform the House that the building was supposed to be completed by the end of this year. There have been some delays, but as soon as maybe by early next year, this building will get completed, the terminal building. The old building will be demolished, and there we will have additional bays, so you can have more aircrafts coming in. And there are other variables also which are related to tourism, in which we can have convergence. One of them is sports. In first week of September, we are going to have our Climate Cup, which is going to be there for about 1 week. And this year, we hope around 8 teams from all over the country are going to participate. On the sidelines of this Climate Cup, we are going to have at least 2 conferences. One, I request the Ministry of Tourism. Other one is already being organized by an NGO, in which the debate would be around how to have a sustainable tourism. The honorable speakers have pointed out about the subsidies from power department. Since I'm looking after power department as well, there are 2 things that have been asked for. One is the industrial tariff. I will certainly look into it. And secondly, we are also trying to formulate a scheme. Since we have lean months in winter, let's say from November to March we have lean months, at least the fixed charges for these months should be waived off.
So I have 2 things to get questions. One thing is when you talk about adventure, and I also talk about adventures and all these things, still the Stoke Kangri, which is more than 6,000 meter high, is not being able to climb and put restriction, and nobody is talking about, because it is very popular for domestic as well as to the overseas people. It is completely forgotten and nobody talks about it. We would like to request you to open this soon, since it's like 5 years it's gone. And regarding the restriction of the permit on the national highway NH1, there is Form C has to be filled up 4 times. When you have a big group, you have to be standing in a queue for at least 4 hours. So it is look very awkward. I request Secretary Sir to intervene in this, sir. Thank you.
Regarding Stoke Kangri, in fact, thanks for highlighting it. It was on my mind to talk about it when I was speaking, but of course I missed it. It's a very sensitive matter, I would say. In 2018, I went there along with Altoa as part of Ministry of Tourism's Adopt a Heritage scheme. As ATOI, we had adopted the trail from Stoke Village to the base camp of Stoke Kangri for its cleanliness maintenance as part of the larger map of Ministry of Tourism, Government of India Adopt a Heritage. So we brought back 2,100 kgs of garbage, mainly plastic content, and whole of Ladakh and Altoa is aware of it. And then next year, and we submitted a report to the DC office also about the conditions over there. Stoke Kangri was functioning for all these 30-40 years very smoothly, with limited number of clients, with mobile camping in place. But when it was closed just 4-5 years before that, there were fixed camps right from Stoke all the way to base camp, and there were many casualties also, because people were landing up in Leh, or probably same day or next day going to the Stoke village and walking all the way up to the base camp, because they were fixed camps and cheap fixed camps. They were reaching base camp and going to the Stoke Kangri expedition without much of exposure, much of knowledge. Residents of the Stoke village to stand up and get it closed. Of course, it's a very, I quote this example to other parts of the country also, that when you feel something is not right, you have to stand up for yourself. Nobody else is going to stand up for you. So, of course, closing down a place is never a solution. We have to find other solutions. And last year I was in Stoke.
Especially the Minister of representative from Minister of Tourism and Government of India and Sir, our Commissioner Secretary Sir. Ladakh has many festivals which are so important, and when tourists plan their holidays to Ladakh destination well in time, unlike our domestic many of the tourists. So the festivals are not announced dates of the festivals are not, kind of published or in valid time. So my request is all the major festivals other than the monastic festivals should be, in a calendar well roll out well in time, if not 6 months, 2, 3 years, 1 year before, at least 6, 7 months. And here is a madam from Switzerland. She also has the same view. Please share.
Yeah, correct. We cannot promote these cultural festivals, which are so beautiful, and our groups, they love to see it, but as we don't know when these festivals take place, like 6 or 8 months ahead of time, it's not possible to promote them. So that is a very important request for us to promote Ladakh on the cultural basis well ahead of time, because as you know, international travelers, they do plan their holidays like 6 or 8 months ahead of time. So please, if this is possible, we will be very happy.
This year it was already announced. Thank you, sir. Yeah, you were saying something, sir.
3 months ago. But for the next year, I would next calendar year, the calendar should be out maybe next 1 or 2 months. And we also have our limitations in this, so I would request all the local stakeholders. For example, we finalized the calendar for the Zanskar festival and one more, I think, in September. And yesterday they came to me and said कि वो उस dates पे नहीं हो पाएगा. So थोड़ा सा मेरी रिक्वेस्ट उनसे भी रहेगी, हमारे जो लोग लोकल स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं, कि जैसे बात करो कि भाई आप अपने ऑस्पिशियस डेज जो है वो हमें बता दीजिए, ताकि हम उसको आवर टास्क इज ऑलरेडी कि उसका क्रिएटिव बना के एडवांस में वो सब पब्लिक डोमेन में डालना, बट द डेट्स हैज टू बी फाइनलाइज्ड बाय द कंसर्न लोकल ग्रुप देयर. Mr. Malik ji, to your point, but I somehow on the very personal level find that wildlife and organizing it as a festival, these are quite contradictory. Because for wildlife, I think you should have small groups of people coming in. If you announce it in advance, you will have so many people coming in, throwing here for small leopards and all. So, but we can have further discussion on this. And about stock also, I think we will have to take the local villages in confidence before we go further. Maybe again on this, we can have a meeting with the stock villagers, and as was rightly pointed out, maybe resting the trails and track routes for a certain period. Let's say we have it for 2 years, then we have a break. That would be a better idea than closing it at once.
It's very nice. And so, similarly, there are many rock carvings in Zanskar Valley as well as in part of several parts of Kargil. Those needs good preservation, sir. And when I visited one of these Buddha statues, rock carved actually, in Katse, I was amazed to see the beauty, the people then, who came from Kandahar and all, whatever, So there are many theories on who actually carved them and when. It was nicely made. But so my disappointment came about the cleanliness, first of all. Secondly, the road was going just on the top of the head of the statue, sir. This, for the sentiments of Buddhists, I would say, can we divert it to some other part? There are many various options actually. Would really have the Buddhist people have their sentiments, religious sentiments, preserved among themselves. So, sir, please, these two are very important points which I thought I should put forward.
Snow leopard trek, and then ice hockey. There are many things that in winter time, but the winter ice climbing, we are also organize a ice climbing festival. So there we are only getting the support from army only. So the tourism stakeholders also, and like all the travel companies and tourism also have to highlight the ice climbing, because it's been few years, many Indian people, many who are like to climb Everest or whoever above 6,000 elevation, they are needed training. Here with the one organization called LMG, Ladakh Mountain Guide Association, they are very high qualified mountain guides, very experienced. They are requesting us, but we don't have a support from any organizations. So we are only getting from army. So this is a little bit to like highlight, and also we need a support from tourism, and you people also marketing this one. It is very huge opportunity.
I can see a lot of places in Leh itself. There is a Vipassana Institute in Sabu, I think, and we have a lot of other Buddhist institutes which are offering these courses. These needs to be integrated in your tourist packages. And I was just looking at the website of this Vipassana Center, and I could see there is almost 6 months waiting in there. And when I visited there, I saw, I think, more than 50% of the persons there were from different countries. They were from Israel, Russia, Netherlands. So,
adventure, like mostly I'm focusing on trekking. But for me, I have noticed this after 2010, most of the trekking route are washed away. So there is no one to maintain. For example, I have been talking to the villager, they are ready to do it, but they are saying they need funding. So for example, Lamairu, Tiling, Lamairu to Alti used to be famous. Now we could not organize, some of the trekking route are washed away. So I request to give some funding for the villagers so they can maintain the trekking route.
totally agree, ma'am. If you can just give these routes in writing, for the current year we are going to make budget provision for these routes.
By the Ministry of Tourism or UT Ladakh, there was no any single person to promote Ladakh. So unless and until if you will not focus in the promotion, so how Ladakh can be promoted? Beautiful Ladakh is a beautiful, sustainable this and that. Today Ladakh is empty. How many tourists you have today? Now, how many hotels? Now many hotels is going to close down, you know. This is the tourism, you know. And then April, May, June there is a good number of tourists, then later on it's getting down. So that's why, you know, UT Ladakh and Ministry of Tourism has to like look after the promotion in a proper way.
सबसे पहले तो मैं मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ टूरिज्म और डायरेक्टरेट जो अपना नॉर्थ इंडिया का तहे दिल से शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूँगा कि उन्होंने स्टेक होल्डर मीट जो लद्दाख में रखा हुआ है, और खुशी की बात ये है कि यहाँ पे आज इस साल हम टूरिज़्म के 50 साल भी मनाने जा रहे हैं। तो सितंबर में इसका फेस्टिव एक पूरा एक प्रोग्राम भी रहेगा। तो सभी स्टेक होल्डर और ख़ासकर हमारे टूरिज़्म डिपार्टमेंट और LHDC ले ने स्पेशली फोकस करके, जैसे कल आपने देखा कि पलगम दुस्तों के दिन भी उन्होंने इसको एक थीम रखा, जिसके लिए मैं लद्दाख ऑटोनोमस हिल डेवलपमेंट काउंसिल के चेयरमैन श्री टेशी गैल्सन से मैं शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूं। और ये जो मीट आज हुआ है स्टेक होल्डर मीट, इसमें उन्होंने जो नॉर्दर्न इंडिया के रीजनल डायरेक्टर के साथ हमारे टूरिज़्म सेक्रेटरी मलिक साहब भी बैठे थे, तो उनके साथ दोनों एक सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से एक अपने UT एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के सामने सारे स्टेक होल्डर्स और सारे एसोसिएशंस ने अपने अपने व्यूज़ और अपने अपने ग्रीवेंसेस रखे। तो इस तरह के जो फ्रूटफुल जो मीटिंग्स, जो इस तरह के कन्वेंशन होता है, तो उसमें बहुत सारे इंडस्ट्री के पॉजिटिव इनपुट्स भी आते हैं। तो इससे हमें बहुत उम्मीद है कि आने वाले टाइम में हमारे जो लद्दाख के टूरिज़्म को आगे ले जाने में बहुत सारे रोड मैप्स और बहुत सारे फ्यूचर कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन के बहुत सारे पॉइंट्स निकले हैं, जिसको मेरे ख्याल से UT एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन उसको फोकस करके आगे उनके जो प्लान्स में इंक्लूड करेंगे और लद्दाख टूरिज़्म को आगे ले जाने में हमें सहायता मिलेगा।
I, Ali Asgar, on behalf of the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to all the participants for making this stakeholders conference a grand success. Thank you once again. So, your presence and active participation have been pivotal in driving forward our shared vision for the tourism sector in Ladakh. Before I go forward, I would like to invite the members from All Ladakh Tour Operators Association, who will felicitate our distinguished dignitaries of today's occasion. So, please present Ladakhi Khatas to our chief guest of the occasion, Mr. Vikram Singh Malik IS. Thank you, sir. Now next will be Dr. Suman, Regional Director, North Ministry of Tourism. So next, Shri Sanjay Razdan, Secretary, IITO. Next, thank you.